We'll have to see who gets those extra touches tonight at the center circle. You see Sharon Goodman there for the Hawkeyes. The junior from Lime Springs, Iowa, is getting her 8th start tonight in place of Hannah Stolke. And here we go. The second meeting between these two teams this season presents a new challenge. The Badgers falling to the Hawkeyes in December in Madison, Wisconsin. Now you got to make adjustments. You know how both teams are going to come out? Kate Martin forces the first turnover of the game, and that's something that head coach Marissa Mosley for the Badgers did not want to see. They had 28 turnovers against Michigan on Saturday, and because we've got to take care of the ball if we want to be in this game.
It's so important, especially once you get to big-time play, to take care of the ball and value every single possession. On the road, these environments are some of the toughest you're going to see in college basketball. You have to value every possession.
Every single home game here at Carver-Hawkeye Arena for the women's basketball team at Iowa is sold out.
That's crazy.
Amazing. We run into traffic every time we try to get into this place.
You gotta leave early, bring a snack. You're gonna be waiting for a while to get a parking spot.
Through the double team, Sarah Williams gets her first bucket up and in, and she talked to us today at Shoot Around about navigating those double teams and how she's watched so much film to be able to be successful in these moments.
Part of navigating a double team is understanding where the double is coming from.
That first foul was on Sharon Goodman. We mentioned that she is in the starting lineup in place of Hannah Stolke. She's got her work cut out for her this evening, going up against Williams.
Watch that double team continue to come from Iowa, just trying to make Williams uncomfortable.
Clark puts her first shot up, just off. Remember, Clark needs just 10 points to pass Brittany Greiner, 4th on the all-time scoring list. Here come the Badgers, going right back to Williams. That same double team. This time she passes out of it. Copeland from the outside.
Williams' ability to pass out of the double team is huge for Iowa to establish that inside-outside game. If they can get the three-point shot going early, it's going to open things up offensively.
So a quick 6-0 lead by the Badgers. Davis gets Iowa on the board.
Molly Davis has been fabulous to start out the last couple of games. Hit that 3 against Indiana to get things going last game. Lisa Bluter loves how aggressive she's been, and Davis needs to stay in attack mode.
Molly Davis coming off an 18-point game, season high. Now Iowa sets itself up with another possession. Quick substitution here. Addison O'Grady in the game. Sharon Goodman goes to the bench. They go quickly to O'Grady. She passes out of it. Martin left all alone. Passes in.
What she had to worry about was the follow-through. You have to learn how to pass out of the double team. Both Sarah Williams and their Addie O'Grady doing it at a high level.
Kate Martin honored before the basketball game. Got her 1,000th point in a Hawkeye uniform.
Not play too fast. You need to try to slow it down, play to their pace, work the ball inside.
Play your game is something that coaches always say, no matter who you're going up against. Clark bodying her way through. Caitlin Clark coming into this one, averaging 30.9 points per game. Had her 52nd double-double on Saturday against Indiana. A matchup that had so much anticipation with 2 ranked opponents, and then Iowa came out with the 27-point victory.
The Hawkeyes were fabulous in that game, especially in the second half. They found balance. 4 different players scoring in double figures in that one.
Williams rattles that in. And with those 2 free throws, Caitlin Clark is only 8 points away from that 4th on the all-time scoring list. 1-point game. These 2 teams were neck and neck the first time they played in December, specifically in that first quarter. Copeland now has 2 threes.
Good job by Wisconsin, staying patient, waiting for the double to come. Sarah Williams has done a nice job not getting rushed through her passing.
Said she watched so much film to figure out how much time she had to make a decision in that post.
She also loves watching Asia Wilson play.
Oh, behind the back and Brady connects. Gets and dimes already.
The playmaking ability. Caitlin Clark knows her teammates are open before they do. You just, I may have mentioned 2 words there. We did have to clarify if playmaking was 1 or 2 words.
The Badgers have not beaten the Hawkeyes since 2007.
But this is where it comes to, you have to value every possession for Wisconsin. This is a tough team on the road. You cannot let those mistakes happen that are controllable.
A falter with the reverse. She has a couple threes. She gets it down to Schrammett. Blocked by O'Grady. Here comes Caitlin. She loves transition. Practice those over and over right now with the duck-ins. They go right to Williams off the glass.
Sarah Williams. Iowa's worried about getting into foul trouble with their bigs. Keep throwing it inside.
Clark. She gets one to go. So that puts Caitlin at 5 points. Of course, we're tracking her journey to the 4th spot on the all-time scoring list. Less than a minute here to go in the first quarter. 4-point basketball game. Hawkeyes have the advantage. You love these possessions where Caitlin can play off the ball. It works out.
That's been a point of emphasis with Lisa Bruder. We have to get Caitlin Clark going off the ball. If she goes to the next level, she's going to have to be able to score and make plays without the ball in her hand.
Shot clock off here in the first quarter. Aggressive defense by the Hawks. Before the buzzer, rebounded by Williams. She's been tenacious down low. Schrammett for the second chance points. Davis. And the first quarter ends with a 4 points to make history this season. She's already done it in multiple categories. All time in Iowa women's basketball scoring. Leads the Big Ten all time in assists.
And it's the consistency that's been so impressive.
Clark gets caught by the double team.
Now you see Iowa playing back to their man here.
4-point basketball game. A couple minutes have gone by here in the second. They continue to go to Williams. She passes out of it. Shot clock winding down. Couple seconds left.
So Iowa switching up defenses. They're going to that zone matchup look, trying to throw different looks at Wisconsin, but also worrying about that foul trouble that they're in with Sarah Williams being so dominant down low.
Number 22.
82% from the free throw line. 9 points on the game.
She times it perfectly as well.
Leitzinger sets her feet. And Williams.
Here she finds Leitzinger in the corner. The three doesn't go, but still Williams is doing a great job of staying patient and finding her teammates.
Addie O'Grady, Sharon Goodman. So now we're seeing A.J. Ediger for the first time. Clark with the back door. And she is holding something.
The foul is on Wisconsin's number 10, Callie Douglas.
Gets up after that contact, holds her arm as she walks to the free throw line.
You see Jimenez gets caught ball watching.
And if Clark knocks this down, she has officially surpassed Brittany Greiner, 4th all-time in NCAA scoring. Caitlin Clark. Add another accomplishment to her total.
They're going to have to build like a trophy room in her house.
With so many accomplishments.
And to have another player score more than 3,000 points to start with, then to break Brittany Griner's record, it's unbelievable.
Look at her now. 4th all time. You see those names to be even among that list.
Jackie Stiles was like my favorite player growing up as a kid. Loved watching her play for the Portland Fire as well.
The falter is good and connects on the three.
Iowa can get the crowd into this game. That's where they become so dangerous. Wisconsin has to be able to handle the environment and get the ball inside.
Jimenez trying to get to the cut.
Good ball movement by Iowa. And excellent spacing as well. So Wisconsin has a lot of ground to cover. It gives the Fulcher enough time to get the feet set, shoulders squared, and let it fly.
That was the 11th turnover by the Badgers. Logo, yes! He pulled up from the feather. It's the same rotation that you'd see on a mid-range jumper. And here are the Hawkeyes continuing to be in that zone. Deflected by a Fulcher.
Still not out of reach of this game, but they have to get a stop and keep Iowa to one and done.
12-point difference. Martin, Iowa's Twitter account posted an amazing feature on Kate Martin this week. We knew that she grew up loving Iowa and that she's known as the glue around here. What I did not know, and what Caitlin Clark aired out, is that she sleeps with a blankie.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
you
so
know what? I respect
juxtaposition to
that.
the tough person mentality. I love it.
How about Caitlin Clark putting her on blast?
Yeah. She said, oh, well, she doesn't mind me putting her on blast.
You know what? Whatever helps you get into a good REM cycle at night. If you need a blankie, you need a teddy bear, whatever.
Right. Whatever works.
I had Simba for years. The lion.
I used to travel with a pillow.
Yeah, it's to each their own.
Do you? Meantime, the Badgers. Another turnover. Molly Davis on a runway there. Lands the plane perfectly.
All 6 minutes to check for Molly Davis. It starts with a Sydney Fulcher play, then going right down. And Allie Douglas puts her hand on Molly Davis's hip, and that's what leads to the foul getting called, but a great heads-up play. Iowa right now is taking really good defense, turning it into transition offense, but it's all starting on the other end.
Davis converts on the three-point play. Indiana in this building on Saturday, and then she got choked up in her post-game press conference. Skip pass. That's Tessa Grady. Rebounded by Leitzinger. No go. She keeps it.
It's to pace of play. You have to find another area to try to win in. Plus 11 margin. That's absolutely nuts. When you think about how many teams in the Big Ten, I got to credit the way Wisconsin's been able to hold Iowa to some one-and-done situations.
Picked off by Schrammett. She's got multiple defenders, and she puts it in anyway. 34-21. Less than 4 to go in the second.
It's all going to start on defense. If Wisconsin wants to get back to this game, they have to get stops.
Feuerbach had time. Knocks it down. And Iowa continuing to be in this.
Sydney Fulcher, Kylie Feuerbach, Kate Martin, Gabby Marshall, you name them. Anyone with a jersey on is going to be able to at least shoot it when they have space from 3.
That was Leitzinger's 3rd foul.
At this point, Clark has lived at the line in this game.
You see Wisconsin passing it around. You can't settle for those outside shots.
You got to get to the gap. Try to get to the high post as much as possible. Boom, right there. Would we wear sweats on the sideline or will we dress up is the question.
Sweats, easily.
I like the dressing up, though. Whoa.
You have to know that she can get the ball to you at all. 1 for 2. 17-point game here. Porter, left open, knocks it down.
When you move it fast, you get open shot opportunities.
Sarah Williams calling for the basketball, catches it high, poised, and puts it in. That was a good rim run.
Great rim run.
Again? Edgar gets it right back to Clark. This time wheeling and dealing in the paint. Martin getting from the...
Everybody is a threat to score.
Well, when you think that you're good defensively, you've rotated, you've helped, but there's so many shooters out there. Interception by Caitlin. She go to Martin. Feuerbach has an opportunity. Another. Clark. Too much space.
You cannot put your hands down, wreaking havoc on Wisconsin because of how locked in this team is defensively.
Kate Martin has multiple steals. Caitlin Clark has multiple steals. A lot of them have been out of the double teams. Anticipation. Ooh, there by Williams.
Sarah Williams, I like that move. She can continue consistently hitting that short corner J. Oof, she's going to be tough to guard.
Shot clock winding down. It's in the hands of Clark. Rejects the screen. Martin.
Right now, Iowa's clicking on all cylinders as a team.
This Iowa team is in the middle of some run. 14 wins in a row, 6-0 in Big Ten play.
The moving screen, this is where it's going to get called right there because she moves to try to set the flare screen.
First Iowa possession. Kate Martin off the window there. Out of that double team tonight. Ceramic tries to keep the play alive. Ball is on the floor. Sarah Williams can stay on the floor. Martin going right back to that right side. Turnover by the Hawkeyes. Ronnie Porter up against Molly Davis last season. Now she has a scholarship. We asked Coach Mosley, and she was just blossomed in a Badger uniform. Match her personality or her impact. Davis gets a look from the outside. Here comes Porter again. Patience from this Badger team.
It starts by driving to the rim.
Well, Megan, I want to go back to something. In the half court is where they thrive.
And understanding what your strengths and weaknesses are, knowing that Iowa likes to run, so transition defense has to be a key, but you can't try to play to that.
Nice pass. Give Caitlin her moment. Caitlin Clark, the first in the 20s tonight. She has 22, 4 threes. Williams spots up.
That was a very casual, like stand-up, kind of like, we've seen this before. Yay again.
I think that they've been in that moment before. But always so much support from this Iowa bench. Porter.
How about Ronnie Porter? Getting herself to the basket, staying available from 3.
Step back. Drains it. Wisconsin has shown its ability to go on a run, slow the game down, get to its shot in the half court, reverse the Leipzigers. 14-point game. Williams got a piece of it.
Goodness, Williams.
And Davis. Sarah Williams now has 10 rebounds after that haul-in.
It feels like she has 10 blocks, too.
She's hit one from that very spot. The rattle does not work in her favor that time. Clark on the run. Well, no one's there. That's the layup for her. 6 threes for Caitlin Clark. 28 points. She's feeling it. Nice bounce pass from Porter down to Douglas.
Ronnie Porter led Douglas to the basket perfectly. Ball movement, unselfish play, and a wide open threes for Caitlin Clark. Could have binge watched a show on Peacock all the time she had. Real Housewives, perhaps?
So Douglas is at the free throw line.
Had a terrible injury last season. She had to miss. She's finally back all over the place. And same thing with Clark. She's constantly moving off the ball, on the ball. It's hard to guard.
On that possession alone, right? For 7 threes? Possession kept alive by a falter. And another.
This game is still not out of reach by any means. She has to get a touch on every single possession moving forward.
Shot clock here. Now they've got to pick up the pace a little bit. The floater by Porter is off, and a falter is everywhere.
Open at any time. You have to be able to create your own shot to play at the next level. It makes her so special as a scorer.
The Hawkeye was in December in Madison. Tessa Grady puts up the shot, rebounded none other than Sarah Wildman.
And she's doing an excellent job creating second chance opportunities by using her length and timing.
Ediger gets it down to Caitlin.
That can match that size and physicality down low.
Still a quarter and a half to go.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Stolen by Falter. Caitlin Clark is headed to the bench.
That's what she averages. That's crazy. Here's Iowa back in the zone again. You have to attack it, try to get into the B1G logo.
The youth, I don't know if it's nerve, if sometimes, you get in a panic. Experience helps so much when it comes to college basketball. Saying you've been there before. Kate Martin. She came to Wisconsin from her alma mater, Boston University, where she was the head coach there.
Plus, Coach Mosley is just one of the coolest people when you get to have a conversation
so
with
great
her.
to talk to.
She's awesome. She's great as a person and a great recruiter as well. Somebody I know a lot of young people look up to, really enjoy conversations with.
I really appreciated her perspective when she was talking about this group right now. She says our barometer is growth over outcome. We are trying to get better every single day, and sometimes the outcome is not a reflection of whether we got better. Clark running to the basketball through all the defense, and she puts it in. 32 points for Caitlin Clark. Here they come again. This time off to Marshall. Yes! Box office, Caitlin Clark. Everywhere that the Hawkeyes go, it is either sold out or record attendance. Of course, every single game here at Carver-Hawkeye Arena is sold out. Another dime for 22.
Fabulous job by Brady as well, getting to the basket, anticipating and knowing, hey, Caitlin Clark's going to dish this to me.
Clark with 32 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a couple of steals as well. What'd you say? Stat stuffer.
Say that 5 times fast. Stat sheet stuffer. I'm only going to say it once.
Shot clock is off here in the third quarter. Clark has under 10 to make something shake. Finds Martin. It's bobbled and somehow lands in the hands of the Falter before the buzzer. Home crowd luck. It worked out for the Hawkeyes.
You got to watch Grace Graholski for the Gophers. You got to see how Indiana's going to respond coming off a loss to Iowa. That's must-see TV tomorrow. Once again, Peacock, set your alarms. Get ready to watch some great hoops.
Well, there's been so much parity in this league. I mean, the Hawkeyes are the only undefeated team in the Big Ten at 6-0 right now. Somehow Clark copies O'Grady. Impacting the game in all ways. This lead right now for the Hawkeyes is over 30. Addie O'Grady thought she had the block. Underclassman Brooke Schrammick, one of the veterans, a senior.
They forced Leitzinger to take a 30-footer practically.
Well, and that and this crowd goes crazy. Here comes Caitlin, her favorite part of the game. Hawkeyes. Nice patience by Sharon Goodman. Sunday, Ohio State's lone loss is against Michigan.
Listen, Ohio State is a team that's so dangerous. I predicted Ohio State to win the Big Ten to start out the year. They haven't necessarily played up to the hype quite yet, but they still have some pieces they're trying to get together, playing at a high level. But anytime you're going to Columbus, it's a tough environment to play in.
3:46. Leitzinger likes to go to that baseline drive into the reverse. She's knocked it down earlier. Cross-court pass. McCabe tees it up. Puts the three fingers up as she runs back down the court.
Taylor McCabe's a shooter. That's why she's in a black jersey. She comes in, and her ability to shoot is unmatched. You got to credit Sharon Goodman's defensive prowess the last couple of possessions. She's been quite the rim protector, not allowing any open looks for Wisconsin.
Jimenez step back. Caitlin got a piece of it. She's being scrappy down low, too. And that foul is on Douglas. So it'll be Iowa basketball. 5:01 to go here in the game. Caitlin Clark heads to the bench. If we don't see her again, 32 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals for number 22. But if I have to be one of the faces of this sport, I'm going to be my best at it.
She's 21 years old, folks. And she's had a
walk around like a rock star. AJ Ediger with a nice back-to-the-basket move. .338 to go in this one. This 6-0 start in Big Ten play is the first since the 95-96 season for the
Hawkeyes have been great so far in the last couple of games of holding opponents to under their averages, under 60 points a game, whatever it might be. They're scoring at a high level right now as well. AJ Ediger gets the bucket to go. You got to make the most of your minutes when you're able to come in and get them, and you see Ediger right there doing a great job staying aggressive.
Let's go back to this Hawkeye defense, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Step back. And these reserves are playing hard. 66 points is what Iowa allows each and every night. That is down in the right way from 71.8 a season ago. And so Lisa Bluter has talked about the fact that they make tweaks game to game depending on who they're playing. And she's so impressed with the way that her group has handled the scout.
Sometimes what are their stats? What sets are they running? Out of bounds plays. And so you have to be so locked in every single time you get a scouting report. You have to understand tendencies and understand scout-specific adjustments. And the scout-specific adjustment in this game for Iowa, they played zone sometimes. Then you had that adjustment made by Iowa where the weak side defender was sliding over and stealing the ball off the double team from Sarah Williams. That's how Iowa ends up with 15 steals in this game.
When Iowa was doing all that defensively, meantime meeting its average offensively. Now at 92, 90 is the average. Iowa clearing its bench. The only person that hasn't gotten in is Hannah Stolke, and we talked about that at the beginning of the game. Second leading scorer on this team, Hannah Stolke. Did not warm up. Tweaked something in her leg. She is into creative writing off the court. Really
Poetry.
enjoys poetry. And today is also another big day. Before this game ends, we have a shout out to do. Okay?
Let's hear it.
Miss Shirley, we are told this is Lisa Bluter's mother, who is turning 90 years young today.
Happy
You're in Cedar Rapids. I know it's a little bit of a late start, but we are so glad that you're watching. Happy birthday, and I hope that you're enjoying your Christmas present of a Peacock subscription. Johnson on the breakaway.
Happy birthday to Shirley and hello to Larry as well, Lisa Bluter's parents who are tuning in.
Bodies are on the floor. Wisconsin still has some time. Shot clock is off. So Kylie Feuerbach will dribble this one out. Three different Hawkeyes, in double figures. Kate Martin, Sydney Falter, and then Caitlin Clark leading all scorers with 32 points.
Another day at the office.
Another
for the
dub for
Hawkeyes.
the Hawkeyes. 18-1 on the season, 7-0 in conference play, and they end this homestand